Hello guys, welcome to the show. I have a little video today. I want to show you something pretty amazing. It's probably the lowest mileage 2.6 in the UK. I say probably because there's probably a museum car somewhere just sitting, but let's have a look. It's pretty nice. This is it. It's 2.6 as I mentioned already, and it's on 14,467 genuine miles. It has had alarm fitted immediately after it was purchased. The badge fell off when I was washing it. It's an AC car, but it's factory no radio car as well. There's a little bit of sun fading, but not too much. The interior is absolutely gorgeous. It's brand new and the leather is nice and soft. I don't know, it's the first one I ever see, but the leather is so nice, it's unbelievable. The door cards are so nice. Of course they've lifted over here, typical for 190. Sorry, I have a little bit of a cold. Oh, this is locked because the door cards have lifted and they're pushing down. The paint needs terrible correction. This is after just a quick jet wash, but I believe with some elbow grease and stuff it will buff out and it will look quite nice. Look at the wheels. The tires are new. The tires have been replaced because the old ones didn't hold air. They were so cracked and corroded and perished that these had to be replaced. Is that one open? Yeah, this is it. Look inside. Oh my god, look at the leather. Factory mats, rubber mats. I'm very sorry, I'm very bit the cold flu, the man flu has got me. The car is here because it doesn't start, obviously. Let me show you inside. This is underneath. It doesn't start, it doesn't run. I got it to start when I unplugged all the injectors, unscrewed all the KJ injectors. I've put a glove in yesterday because I was washing it. Just wanted to give it a good clean. But yeah, it starts only after you remove the injectors. Makes me think it's most likely injectors that are stuck open and they just flood the engine. Because you pull a plug out on just cranking it and literally it's dripping fuel. But yeah, it has new battery, new tires, and that's about it. New petrol and new fuel pumps. This is it. That's what all the mechanics did to the car. They couldn't figure it out why it's not running, why it's not starting, so they dropped it off to George. So once the new injectors come in, we'll replace them. And we'll see if the car starts running. We'll check the differential pressure in the KJ head, see if the EHA valve is good and it's not overpowering the system for some reason. And yeah, that's about it. After we get it to run, I'm gonna take it for a test drive. I just cannot not do it, basically. 14,000 miles from brand new. It's a brand new car for me. I mean, yeah, of course it will need some bushes, some brake lines and stuff like that, but it's gonna be amazing, I'm pretty sure. And for now, let's reset the garage, clean it up a little bit because I was doing some engine work before we left and there's oil on the roof. So I'm gonna reset the tent, and once the injectors come in, I'm gonna get back to you. a little bit dirty and spraying with a weird pattern. So we got new ones with these part numbers. But also, whenever you get one of these cars, yeah, the last thing you do is play with the adjustment of the idle mixture and the fuel mixture in general. Do not touch that. I had to go 13 revolutions out lean, basically, to get this car to stop throwing fuel out of the injectors. So do not ever touch this, because now George is gonna have hard time starting this car and idling it up and setting the pressure, the height of the plunger where it should be from factory. Do not ever touch this. This is the last thing that you touch, and this is only after the car is running. So pull injector out, see when you press the plunger down if you have any fuel spraying out. If you do have fuel spraying out, that is great. Do not touch it anymore. Like once that is sorted out, then everything is working and the car's idling and is running well enough, then you play with this, and you get a lambda sensor plugged into your exhaust so you can read the AFR, or you can use the diagnostic port, I guess, if your car has a lambda already inside the exhaust. Do not play with this without the car running and all that. This is not gonna make your car start if it's not being touched. If it's being touched, yeah, okay, you can try and set the base pressure again, but don't play too much with it. Alright, so I've got the last two injectors that I need to get out, and because the rubbers are in good condition, I pulled one injector out when I was diagnosing the car first. The rubbers are fine, so what I do is I spray some WD-40 on them and then press on the injector and the rubber comes out. Just like that. Okay. Now I'm going to clean the rubbers outside and inside. So once we slide them over the new injector, we don't obviously dirty the tip of it, because we have to remove the two plastics. So some more WD-40 on here, and slowly, circular motion, press onto the injector and slide the rubber on. WD-40 helps for the rubber to go in easily, and once it gets there, give it a couple spins so it's all setted up. Spray some WD-40 on the actual rubbers and put this back in. Alright, so all the injectors are back in. I have removed a lot of fuel out of the car. Let's go. So rich, it's unbelievable. We have a vacuum leak. But It's running, look. After 28 years, the car's running. So quiet as well. So there it is, the lowest mileage 2.6 in UK, probably. We don't know. It's running. We have a vacuum leak that we need to sort out. I'm gonna go online and try and find that pipe. And once we get the pipe sorted out, that is gonna idle better and it's gonna act better up in the throttle range. After I change the pipe, then we're gonna do the final tuning of the EHA valve and the idle mixture and the mixture in general, the plunger height basically. Once this is done, then the car is going back to the customer and they can do whatever they want with it. But for now, it's running. There's that as well. It's running. We can move it out of the tent and get the next car in. I have 4 wiring looms that I need to make to start the year with, so I'll get back to you as soon as I can on this one. For now, see you later. This is in. It was such a struggle. I had to lift the whole KJ up, move it out of the way, undo all the fuel lines, blah blah blah. But it's in there now. Also, the new fuel pump relay does not work. It does exactly the same thing that the old one used to do. So maybe somebody swapped the relays before. But I've put the 4-cylinder relay that got the car started and running back in. And let's prime it a couple of times because it lost fuel pressure. I think what happened there? I think the connection here, maybe what is going on here? Yeah, it's loosey goosey. Yeah, this too. Okay, let's try this again. Look at that idle. Nope, I didn't want to. So he lost pressure. Still, let's try again. Okay, it just needs a bit more fuel. Yeah. We'll give it a little bit more fuel. All right. Let me shut it off. Alright, let me go and grab a number 3 Allen key. Adjust the fuel mixture to where it runs smoothly. And then, yeah, give it a drive. Make sure everything is okay. and I'll tell him to find a fuel pump relay that works. But for now, I'll just adjust the mixture a little bit with this little guy over here, number 3, and after that I should be good to go. And it's good to do it on cold start, so you know where you're at, and you know next morning it's gonna start up and run the way it should be. If it still doesn't do that, then probably the accumulator that is next to the fuel filter is not doing its job. You can still see there's a bit of a shake to it. There you go. Nice and smooth. This is very round. I don't think I can balance it, but it's very smooth. Can't even, it's not even shaking anymore. It's very responsive as well. And from fast idle goes back to normal idle. So we're not smoking anymore, considering it's 4 degrees outside. I think this car is ready for the customer. I'm gonna go for a quick cruise, just up and down the block, put the trade plates on it and all that. And after that, it's back to the customer, and he can enjoy it, polish it, detail it, do whatever he needs to do, and she can go back on the road. So for now, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you later.